Cha-cha. It's a baseball night in Pittsburgh. That felt weird.
That's weird, yeah. I don't like that.
It's a Paul Skenes night in Pittsburgh.
That it is.
All right, so during this episode today, we're watching the current Pirate game going on where Paul Skenes is pitching, and we're starting off the episode. He's in a pretty good position. They're up 7-2. And, that's an out.
That's an out, yeah. And it's only the bottom of the third.
Bottom of the
First
third.
out of the bottom of the third, so rather impressive.
And it's against the Dodgers, who were shut out last night by the Pirates, who are kind of making a charge at things in this week National League. I can't believe it. Like I said, now's the time to kind of go all in for it. So
Yeah.
the pitchers are there. Come on. Expect disappointment. But it is up for the taking. Up for the grabs.
That it is. However, they are 7 games back of the Brewers. And
It's that wild card.
so 5.5 games, or the Cubs are 5.5 games back of the Brewers. And they're in second.
Yes, but they're bad.
They are 2 wins better than us.
So that's what I'm saying. It's right there in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very doable. However, the run differential for us is terrible, -24. This game will help.
And we also have the Stanley Cup Finals set in stone.
Shocking on one side, not so shocking on the other.
The Edmonton Oilers upended Dallas. I'm guessing that's the one you found shocking.
I mean, yeah, just because I think we talked about it. Like the goaltending matchup, I felt was gonna just kind of be one-sided. But I mean, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, that's pretty much what happened to Sheffield.
Dallas.
Yes, Dallas.
It was the Game 6 goal for me. Like that was
Yeah.
right off the bat. Like, it was that opening first or second shot on goal of the game, and that's a superstar player making a superstar move right there.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, like you said, whenever that happens, like, all right, well, he's not losing this game.
Dallas actually outshot them like 30-something to 10,
Yeah.
and they lost 2-1.
Shouts out to Stuart Skinner, man. Played really well. Shocked me for sure.
And the Florida Panthers defeat the New York Rangers.
I'm not shocked, but man, the way that they just took care of them.
Both series in 6 games.
Right, which is, I mean, I don't know why, but it felt like the Florida series was a little bit more dominant for me. But also, they both won 6 games.
Yeah, it felt like Edmonton was kind of hanging in there more often than not, but then Game 5 and 6, superstar play. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. Yeah, they obviously wouldn't be there, so.
And they are in their right. There's no disputing that this year.
Let's see what Saturday night brings.
Who do you think?
Oh boy.
Do you go with the team that's deep and pretty solid all throughout the lineup with some very good top 6 star power?
I mean, listen, I just counted out the Oilers against Dallas, and I mean, they kind of had the same. It felt like, anyways, they had like the same depth that the Oilers or the Panthers have. But I don't know, man. Barkov has played with, I think, Ekblad and Forsling the entire time, and they've shut down like all the top guys that they've played against throughout the playoffs. So, if I have to pick, I would probably say Edmonton.
You're going Edmonton?
Yeah, I'm going to go Edmonton in 6.
And I think it might just be their year. I feel like, didn't we mention something about how like everyone was kind of down and out about Edmonton earlier in the playoffs? So like that would be like everyone would rule them out, not thinking they would actually advance. So that's why it'd be a good year to think of Edmonton.
Yeah, I think so. I think we talked about that.
Dig up the archives and see what we can find there. Especially if they end up winning the cup.
For sure,
Again,
yeah.
who won.
Talk about everybody counting them out, including us.
It's just that all the top six in Florida is just so good, and it's the whole way through the lineup. Like it's
Yeah, even their bottom six is just they're so good in their role. They know what they're out there to do.
I mean, they're rolling out Matthew Tkachuk, you already mentioned Barkov, and then Matthew Tkachuk, who's former Flame, battled in the Battle of Alberta. That was a nasty one. So you gotta think there's some residuals still there. You don't think that's left his blood, especially with the Stanley Cup on the line.
Right. See,
You got Carter Verhaeghe, who's scoring like some ridiculous clip of overtime clutch goals right now. And that's not even beginning to mention the guy who I've been talking about all year long, Sam Reinhart, who has 8 goals and 4 assists so far this playoffs. But I mean, that's a little bit more back to normal on his part for the part of his career. That's still there's 4 guys right there. That's Sam Bennett in center. All these guys like former like top 5 picks too.
Yeah, that's I'm looking here. I know that there's quite a few. So the first 4 picks in the 2014 draft are playing in this year's Cup final. Aaron Ekblad, Sam Reinhart, Leon Draisaitl, and Sam Bennett. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that year's draft.
Yeah,
So
that's just one draft alone.
and that's just the first round. There's plenty of guys drafted in this draft. Jared McCann. I don't know why I said him, but like when you look at that draft, it's just so deep.
The Penguins drafted Kasperi Kapanen that year.
Could have taken David Pastrnak or Jared McCann, and we went with Kasperi Kapanen.
Remember when we traded for Phil Kessel? That was the best usage he had.
Yeah. And then I mean, you look at the second round in that year's draft, and you had Patrick Demko was taken, and Alex Nedeljkovic was taken, Marcus Pettersson was taken. Wow. Very deep draft class. I mean, like I said, though, that's shocking. I think this is the first time in NHL history where the first 4 picks are playing in the Stanley Cup final.
Speaking of first in NHL histories, there's a guarantee that there will be the first Evan ever inscribed on the Stanley Cup. There's never been an Evan who has won the Stanley Cup before.
Who's in Edmonton?
Bouchard
Oh yeah, duh.
and Evan Rodriguez.
Yeah, I knew that much.
Yeah, Evan Bouchard kind of
That's, yeah, right.
really good defenseman.
Really good young up and coming defenseman. Also taken in the 2014 draft was Michael Bunting in the 4th round. And the person that you like and maybe want to sign, Dakota Joshua. Didn't realize he was taken in that year's draft.
It's been 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's about kind of whenever you see the results of your drafts really come to fruition.
Right. Yeah. So, 10 years from now, or less, I guess, we'll see what Braden Yeager is. But man, oh man, he's tearing it up. Tore out the World Championships.
I did have
Memorial Cup. Go ahead.
I did have some more names.
Yeah, go for it.
It could be the first Cody ever on the Stanley Cup as well. Cody Ceci.
Wow.
I think there were a couple other unique ones. I think maybe Dylan was one.
So, Corey Perry, I think, is the first guy in NHL history to play in 5 Stanley Cup finals with 5 different teams.
Kind of wild that that keeps happening for him.
Yeah, right? Because, let's see, I have this one like, so it won't take me long to find. Yeah, let's see that.
Makes me wonder what the heck he did in Chicago. Like,
So his first one was with the Ducks, then the Stars, then Montreal. I guess we'll count that.
That was
then
in
Tampa
Tampa.
Bay, then Tampa, and then now in Edmonton.
there's some batters aboard for the Dodgers.
A batter. But he's on third. No outs. 2 outs.
It's just far out of my line of vision where I can't see it. I'll just take this from you.
Yeah, you got it. That's fine. I mean, if let me see if I can even get close on this name, but maybe if Tucupita Marcano was still playing, maybe I'd have a little bit more interest. But since he's no longer playing,
Well, apparently, whatever he bet on was the exact opposite thing to bet on.
yeah. So, for those of you that don't know, I don't know if he still is, but he at least at one point was a Pirate.
As early as actually as recent as last season.
Yeah. So he was, I know he was on the injured list or something, and while he was betting on the Pirates, and he won just 4.3% of the 231 MLB related bets he placed.
It's 2 outs with the out.
2 outs. Okay, that's not nearly as bad. I'm not good with numbers. Do you have a roundabout? How many bets he would have won out of his 231, 4.3%?
I think you already kind of said the answer. Because I think it was about 4.3% of the bets that he won.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, like, if you knew how many numerically that would be.
Not off the top of my head, but probably
Yeah,
not more than 10.
Right. That's kind of crazy.
Maybe probably more than more. I don't know exactly how many bets he placed. How many bets did he place?
It says he won just 4.3 of the 231 MLB related bets.
I feel like that would probably be, if anything, right around 10. There's a painful.
I think I saw some. I think that was 10. I think I saw somewhere it was 10. He gambled more than 150K. He gambled more than 150K. Excuse me, on baseball one, just 4.3%. So you're betting more than 150K, and you lose about 220 of those bets. That's a lot of money to just throw down. Like, dude, and if you're betting on the Pirates, how the hell are you that bad at betting?
He's probably trying to root for his boys to get over half a hit, and they just keep not getting a half a hit.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. But good.
I would love.
You're betting on the Pirates, dude.
I would just love to see his list of bets that just continually missed over and over again. And then I could be well, I can see how I could talk myself into that one.
Oh, I'm sure we could. We could sit here and go over and be okay, yeah, I can see that. But
what if he had a Pirates World Series bet on there? That was one of them.
Yeah. No, I was there. I was inside that team. They have a chance. It's all right, dude. If you're that delusional, then
we're doing you a favor. We're just banning you from the sport.
Yeah. Not from the sport, just from this league.
Yeah, you can go play in apparently Mexico with Trevor Bauer.
I was gonna say Japan, but yeah, sure, that works too. Is Trevor Bauer gonna be the Kenny Powers now down in Mexico? Is he gonna be the new Kenny Powers?
Probably.
I would imagine. Here, probably get some sort of copyright or something from HBO.
was just gonna say, if you have any nice words for the lovely couple as they get ready for their big day.
Congratulations, that's all. I mean, yeah. I didn't realize I was going to be saying
On the spot?
words. Yeah.
Well, in case we're being listened to,
God,
I hope those guys put away the dildos. Because they're probably out. Like, I don't want to actually see them.
Cool.
This is the getting ready section.
Cool. Glad
They probably will have
I'm
them.
glad they want to hear that.
No, well, that's probably what they'll be doing the night before.
I'm sure our grandmother's going to love to hear that.
Flopping things around. Okay, we got some buckos on base. And no, I do wish the best for the lovely couple as well.
So, how about a little music? Because on this day in hockey/Penguins history,
Oh, you got something interesting.
I do.
Maybe this will fire up the buckos too a little bit.
57 years ago today, June 5th, 1967, the second six were introduced into the NHL.
Ooh, all right.
So, they obviously the original six, right? I'm not going to name them all. But the second six is the LA Kings, the Minnesota North Stars, one of our two personal favorites, the Oakland Seals, the much hated Philadelphia Flyers, our number one team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and St. Louis Blues received their franchises ahead of the 67-68 season. So on this day today is when the Penguins were formally announced to have had their franchise, to have received their franchise.
All right.
So 57 years ago today, we became an organization.
Before that, it was the Pittsburgh Hornets.
Before that, shout out the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I guess
I don't know.
NHL teams, but I'm just talking pro hockey in general.
Yeah, same here, because they were the Pittsburgh Pirates at one point.
One out. Got a man on third now. A little bit of a botched play. I don't think a botched pickoff attempt, actually.
You want some sad Penguins news from yesterday in Penguins history?
Oh boy.
June 4th, 2016.
Oh.
What did you?
I thought it was going to be about Michelle Briere, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'd have to look into that one and know when that was. The Penguins were playing in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals at the Shark Tank in San Jose, California, when forward Jonas Donskoy scored a game-winning goal in overtime to give the Sharks their first ever Stanley Cup Final win.
And we have a sacrifice fly deep to right field that brings in one run.
Number 8, let's go.
Do you think by the time we finish this episode, do you think the
No.
Pirates will have won or lost this game?
I mean,
Bottom of the fifth.
8-2, 8-3, 8-2.
It's 3 now.
8-3.
There's another home run.
Well, way to bring that one up.
I did.
Yeah, no. I'd like to think so, but the bullpen scares me, so I'm going to say no.
Okay. Well, we'll see. You'll know by the time you hear this.
So remember how earlier I was talking about how Braden Yager was tearing up the Memorial Cup? He had 27 points in 20 playoff games there in Moose Jaw. So either he's going to be such a cool name. But yeah, so he's definitely ready to be playing a version of pro hockey, whether it's with us or in Wilkes-Barre. ready for us.
Actually, I do have what I want to say.
Oh boy.
If we are listening to this while preparing for the wedding,
Oh.
why are we listening to my show while preparing for the wedding?
That's what I was trying to get at. And why would you be the one to be like, yeah, I'm going to put on my show during your wedding, Cam?
No, it could be like to get him pumped up. He wants to listen to YinzCenter before he gets out there. You know what I
I
mean?
don't think that's...
Could be. I don't know.
Personally, I think I might have a couple other options of wanting to pump myself up. Just, I mean, not that this doesn't.
If you theoretically had a wedding day, what would you do to pump yourself up?
I don't really think I would need anything to pump me up.
Okay.
Getting married, I think that would be enough to excite me. But, what do I know?
I don't know.
I've been single for quite a long time.
So, maybe once the ladies recognize how trim you are
Oh, yeah, that's
from the beginning
from the
episodes, they might be interested.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Who knows? This beard is pretty sexy. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna get ready to pull Skenes after the fifth day.
Well, that's
You got somebody
further than I
else.
thought he
getting
would.
on.
Yeah. Well, how many pages is he at before you just said?
Yeah, it was already the end of the inning. I didn't keep track of that much.
Boo.
I'm sure you can find the information out there. You know, we'll get pulled up for the folks that are still even in on this point. Because we did it. We actually did the thing we said we were going to do. We watched some of Paul Skenes start during the show.
We actually got here in time.
Well, we missed all the fun stuff by
Oh, yeah.
a few minutes. I heard that all happen as I was driving here, and I was just like, of course, all the fun things to yell. At least I got a sacrifice fly to yell about. So there was that. All right, so it looks like he's going to be out 93 pitches. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the end of his day.
That's about
5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Good for a 3.0 ERA. So there you go. That is
Oh my
another
gosh.
quality start on his part.
I guess all the broadcast people, Pirates game today, wore mustaches for Paul Skenes.
Well, we already have mustaches, so we didn't have to wear them.
Well, I mean, we could have shaved them into actual mustaches.
You should.
No.
I've rocked a mustache before. It's your turn.
No, that's quite alright.
You should do the Fu Manchu.
My beard is not, or my mustache is definitely not long enough for that.
You should rock.
I'd have to grow my mustache out for a few more years.
You need something. 'Cause our beards are way too similar. Is that just kind of like
yours?
Because my
If you
soon to be
if you
wife
think
likes
ours
it.
if you think ours are too similar, then shave yours into a mustache.
No, my soon to be wife likes this.
Well, I like this.
Well, you should.
I over anybody else.
All right. Well, I think you should grow just mutton chops.
I've seen that. I'm more than okay. I've witnessed that. It's no, I'm good.
I tried.
Nope. Yeah, no.
All right. Well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna
Maybe.
go get something to eat.
Maybe that's a good idea.
All right. We'll see you all next week at our maybe our more normal time. Maybe we'll come up with another idea for a show in between now. Who knows? All right. Good night, Yinzol. Lego Bucko.
Let's go Bucks. Polsky.